So hey there YouTube, it's Victor, and I don't know if this is going to go to Patreon only. I do appreciate all the Patreon supporters. Should make more material for you guys. Sometimes it's hard when you got, you make excuses. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about something I call very dapper fellow back there. I'm dapper today. I'm going to a graduation today. One of my high school students invited me to graduation. Got me on the guest list, so it's kind of close to here. It's about a 20-minute walk. This is the kind of the red red light district a little bit. We got a lot of host bars and hostesses. They don't really have, well, yeah, prostitution is illegal technically in Japan, but I never stop nobody, right? Watch the John Oliver special on prostitution or sex workers. Last night, pretty opening. I listened to it on my iPhone as I was riding the bicycle, so I didn't look. But one of the women that he was interviewing sounded like a man, but then he referred to her as she. So maybe it's a transvestite. But anyway, there's a little altar there. There's a woman whose dog died. That used to live in my building. Well, the building where my school is. And you know what? I'm gonna turn the camera around so you guys can enjoy the view. They should let you turn the camera around while you're filming. Maybe they do, and I just don't know how to do it. Anyway, so there was a woman in my building who had a dog for a long time, and the dog would always like hang out the balcony with its legs, and it always looked like it was gonna fall and like just fall off the balcony and die. But it never did. But then one day it just died because I guess it got old. These punky looking guys over here. The crows in this area are pretty bad. This building. They put these cages up, but these crows are very smart. They know how to get in there. They know how to really get in there. And, get the food. I like these high heels. Look at that. Super high, huh? Look at those heels. Anyway, walking away, guys. I'm all over the place now. So, sex workers, transgender. Yeah, recently I've been teaching a lot of new car. I got the blue tape on the bottom of that car. Blue plastic. Recently I've been teaching a lot about transvestites to my students. Actually, because one of my students is a professor, very intelligent guy, very interesting guy, always has an interesting point of view, and very dapper also, very stylish, really hip, metrosexual. But he teaches athletic classes, and he often has his students debate whether they think that transgenders should be allowed to compete in sports. That's a tough one. Personally, I think that at the high school level it shouldn't matter. But if it comes to the point where transgenders are pushing out non-transgenders for awards or scholarships, then I think it becomes a problem. And I think actually someone actually sued recently because they were, I think it was a sprinter. I think he told me it was a sprinter who used to be in the top 3, and then the transgender came and kind of knocked her out of her standing, her ranking. This is a Love Hotel, by the way. Look at that. 15 hours, 11,000 on the weekends. Probably cheaper than a hotel. Actually, Love Hotels are really spacious. If you go to a regular Japanese hotel, they're really tiny little business hotels. Whenever I go to Tokyo to the Hanabi or something, the YouTube flower viewing party every year, which I haven't been to in 3 years because of this goddamn COVID thing. Another more big shoes. Those big shoes. Big shoes there. Yeah, anyway, if you ever get a chance, stay at a Love Hotel with someone. I actually went to Love Hotel with my brother, my sister, my brother's girlfriend, and yeah, the 2 sisters. Yeah, we just drove around. We found a motel Love Hotel, which means you can kind of park in a garage and just go in through the side door into the hotel, and everything's done anonymously. Like, you don't have to see anyone to pay. There are windows and telephones, and you pay that way. Sometimes there's a little tiny window you have to pay. Anyway, if you ever come to Japan, you want to get into a Love Hotel, check those out. They're really spacious, really nice. They usually have nice The best things about those places are the showers. Oh, but the hotel where we stayed at was pretty funny because they had a big bathroom that was all glass. So when it came time to take a bath or shower, everybody could see you. So what we had to do is take showers one by one. And while we were taking showers, everyone else in the room would face the television. Because nobody wants to see, well, I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to see my brothers or sisters naked. Maybe my brother's girlfriend, that would have been cool. She was a hottie. Speaking of the hotels, here's another one. Sweets Gardens, yeah. They're renovating it. I see construction out here. I pass by here all the time, by the way, in case you're wondering why I know these things. Right next to Pachinko, right across the street. Pachinko is like Japanese pinball gambling. Man, I'm all over the place. So here's the thing. In Japan, if your dog dies, you will go to a temple, a little shrine at the side of the road like you just saw, and pray for it. Transgender athletes in Japan do exist. There are very few in between. The transgender laws here are super strict. If you want to change your sexes, you have to agree to surgical sterilization. It's really, really strict here. Some would say maybe harsh or even cruel. I understand that in Sapporo they tried to outlaw same-sex marriage a few years ago, or just recently maybe. Yeah, a few years ago. And whoops. And the Sapporo guys here. And the Sapporo, it's always interesting walking around here. Look, this is the kind of things you see. The Sapporo courts said that it was unconstitutional to do that. But now it's working its way through the court system, so who knows what'll happen. But Japan is like the only G7 country who doesn't accept same-sex marriage. It's illegal here. There are a few, not illegal, I'm sorry, it's not illegal, it's just not legal, it's not recognized. There are a few wards and cities that give you some kind of rights as a same-sex couple. Is he gonna stop the whole? Oh, you didn't stop. But not like other countries where you get all the full rights. And what those rights can be kind of important. There have been a few cases where someone has been in the hospital with cancer and dying, and the loved one, the same-sex loved person, you know, their partner, such a stupid I'm stumbling around my own words. Their partner, the same-sex partner, has tried to visit them in the hospital, but the family has said, no, we don't want you to visit. So they don't let him visit. Good luck, Ben. That's about, maybe if he's lucky, $20. Probably not. Yeah. Take a left over here. Probably shouldn't chose the street here. It's kind of noisy. Anyway, where am I? Oh yeah, so the other day, this is how I started this video. I got off on all these tangents, things on my mind, you know. The other day I met a friend, and she's an artist, and I envied her. I envy her life a little bit because from what I see on Instagram, which I know is not a fair representation of anyone's life, but I envy how she lives. She spends so much time of her life doing art. She's an artist and she does paintings and drawings, and I think it's just so cool, and I feel stifled. And I think if you've been watching my channel for a while, you've noticed that I do enjoy the beauty of life, and I'm always looking around and looking at things and find things very interesting. And I am very interested in art, and different levels of art. But anyway, beauty. I mean, maybe not art is the word, but beauty. And I'm interested in supporting people who do art, people who are active that way, whatever it may be, books or CDs. And I'm often, I don't know if it's a good thing, guilty of buying like my friends' CDs. Oh, I got a CD. I'll buy their CD, or I'll buy their book. But I'm jealous of being able to. By the way, there's a recycling center right near here. I think it's to the left here. So you're going to see another huge bicycle coming up at me now with his cans, I think. Oh yeah, oh, there it is, man. Oh, you know what? I'll take a, look at this guy. This is a record. That's amazing. That's what. That's what, man. Look at that. Oh, but he's not turning left. I wonder why. Anyway, I talked to this person and I had dinner with this person, and then I went home and I thought about living your life with art in it and how important that is. Look at these huge cans here. There's a bouldering gym right across the street there. Pinnacle bouldering gym. Let's see. Oh, she apologized to me because I had to get off the street to walk around them. So friendly, so nice, huh? You will see homeless people beg here, but it's very rare. They almost never ask for money, and if they do, it's only from foreigners. They usually don't act. Well, the most they'll do is do the cans here. I just took a detour. Let's go back. Okay, we're back in the slightly red zone section of Nagoya, but they also have other restaurants and stores here. And they do have, you know what's funny, so they often, like, this is a Bonbuga-san, which is a stationery store, so they have legit businesses here as well. Anyway, I was thinking about the concept of living your life as an art form, and I know that sounds kind of strange, like what does that mean? Well, I don't know exactly, but I feel like anything you can do well, to the point that it's almost an art form, right? Why not, right? So what about living your life? Why can't you do your best to live your life in the best way possible? And that means little things like not getting angry at your children over something that's kind of inevitable. Like my daughter is going to take my child to get ready for school and get your coat on. She's got to go to her toys and look at the toys and say goodbye to her toys, and then put on her coat and then look for her, decide which gloves she wants to put on, and it takes forever, and it's kind of pointless for me to get all pissed off because it's taking her like 5 minutes to get out the goddamn door. But that's actually what it's like. It's like that. So I've got to learn to do that better, like maybe take part of that, you know, because although that's annoying as hell, it's also beautiful and it's also temporary, and it'll be gone once. Like I'll see my daughter sitting in the corner playing with her toys and singing a song, like full tilt singing, you know, and who does that? Well, some of you do, because some of you are crazy, but that's good, you know, so I applaud you. But that kind of activity is a temporary activity that soon disappears. And if I were living my life as an art, as art, I would learn to appreciate those brush strokes. They're part of life, you know. I should appreciate those slight those experiences. Those are great. But yeah, kids are. If you've ever been on Reddit, there's a great site called "Kids Are Stupid" or "Fucking Stupid." This is a pretty funny site, or subreddit. They show you all the stupid things that kids do. Yeah, kids are kind of dumb, but they're also beautiful and interesting, and it's all temporary. It's all part of the process of becoming an adult, of becoming who they are, you know. So one day I'll look back and show my daughter a video of herself singing. Homeless people probably planted this little garden of flowers. I don't know if those are flowers actually, but one day I'll look back and I'll show videos to my kids of how they were when they were kids. And it'll just be a voyage of how they got to where they are, wherever they are. And sometimes I will see them, and it makes me sad. I'll start to tear up and almost cry, because the the children that they are, right? The children that they are at that moment is so temporary and will be gone soon. And it makes me sad. Because that kid, that little, 3-year-old, 4-year-old, 5-year-old kid is going to disappear. And I'll never see him again, except in videos. Yeah, I don't know why. It makes me so, get so emotional when I think about that. Anyway, well, I just left for graduation. It was typical, not that interesting. We are at Cinema Park. Some students just saw me talking to myself, so a little embarrassed. Anyway, it's starting to rain, so that's not good, but typical Japanese Sotsugo, or graduation, is very solemn. Everyone sits quietly and speeches are made, and a couple of students who are given the honor of giving like a valedictorian type of speech. I guess they do have that, but there's no clapping at all. There's a lot of bowing. Like the student will approach the principal after he introduces her, then he'll approach the principal and then bow to him solemnly, very slowly, almost as like a dance, and then turn to the right side of the audience that's on the stage. The stage is split into two groups of teachers, one on the left side, one on the right side, and then they'll bow to each side. So there's 3 bows. First they bow to the principal, then they bow to the left side, and they bow to the right side, and then they give the speech. They have a microphone up there and you can hear the crinkling of the paper. It's kind of interesting, kind of ASMR-ish. And they give a speech. Yeah, but the speech is pretty normal. Like, hey, one of those, we suffered a lot this year. We tried, we studied really hard. It's over. And I want to thank everyone. I learned a lot from you, blah, blah. I'll never forget you, that kind of stuff. But it's not too long. It's, I don't know, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Anyway, and then the bowing begins again, the goodbye bow, and then it's over. And there's no clapping at all. That's the thing, there's no clapping or cheering at all. It's deadly silent. They call out the names of like the top 60 students in this particular class group. I don't know how they do it in other places, but they sometimes call out some names. Some people stand up, I guess they're honored. Because of Corona, though, I don't know if it's different. I'm trying to remember back before Corona to other graduations I've been to, but it's still pretty solemn and boring and quiet. I guess I'll be looking forward to being a parent at one of these someday. Everyone comes dressed up though, like all the teachers come in white ties. See, I did not wear a white tie. I should have worn a white tie. I forgot about that. You're supposed to wear a white tie. If I were a high school teacher, I would have known that. Anyway, so they wear their white ties, and the women they wear pearls on their necklaces and black dresses, almost like funerals. She wore a pearl necklace, yes. And they're dressed up like they're going to funerals or weddings. Very formal. And all the mothers and fathers are dressed up and waiting outside too. I met a couple people curious about me. A couple of mothers asked me if I worked there. But there was one mom who was dressed like a Kim Kardashian. I was quite impressed, like really tight, like yoga pants and a bright blue jacket. It's starting to rain, so I'm gonna end this, but anyway, I'll leave you with this picture. This is a pig restaurant because look at this. Look how they decorate things in Japan. Just pig butts. Yeah, like that's not a big deal at all. Anyway, I'll put this in my new Instagram account for learning Japanese. There we go. Should come here. It looks kind of delicious. There you go, guys. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Thumbs up, please.